All right. Awesome, Joe. Well, as you said, we're gonna move into some reflection on everything that we just took in and everything we've been talking about. Um, so I guess like I want to start from the beginning, and we don't always have to move in chronological order, but
Sure.
I think those first 10 years of your life were really important around values and structure and things like that. So what values from that time in your life do you still hold? Like what are you still trying to live out, and what's important to you, if
Mm.
anything, from that time in your life?
The I think one of the things I still hold quite strongly is the importance of community
Hmm.
and of family. Um, that was a core thread through all of the doctrine and teaching was that we are a community apart. In fact, like the kind of fundamentalist Christian space we were a part of was uh, very hesitant to engage with the outside world. Um, I struggle with the faith parts, not because I think they are poorly contrived, or rather, I don't struggle with faith because I think it's wrong.
Okay.
But I recognized as I was getting into those formative years that it just might not be right. And the sense that it might not be right has I think been a central thread through all of this. But the idea of community and of family supports and of the importance of a unit, a unified force, I suppose. That's never really been a question for me. I think we're much better off in relationship than we are by ourselves. I think that if we try to go on our own, all we end up with is like the best we might be able to do.
Hmm.
But that means we're probably not going to ask for help. And we're probably just going to see how far we can get without a community, without relationships.
Hmm.
We're just not going to get as far as we could, you know? Um, Even losing all that community, even no longer having all those relationships reinforced the importance of that because I immediately saw the consequences of not having relationships.
Yeah.
It was so clearly marked in my life that when those relationships went away, we were worse off. Um, so I think that's one for sure. I think there are others, but that's one that sticks out to me most.
Yeah, I feel like it's an interesting cross section, right? The way that we just kind of ended that conversation, because yeah, like that community that you spent the first 10 or so years of your life with was incredibly important to you, but I think just in the way that you left that community also speaks to the fact that there were aspects that maybe weren't the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yet still a support system,
Yeah,
still, in some sense better off there than not there.
yeah. To reflect back on something that you just said, right?
Yeah.
Even a flawed community was better for us,
Yeah.
in terms of that sense of safety and security, than no community at all. I I empathize so deeply with people who feel as though they have to separate from where they were.